Growing up in an Italian family, I was a member of the Italian parish in that section of the city where most of the Italian immigrants worship. There was a statue of St Rita, whose feast day we are celebrating today. It was in the back of the church. I can't say I knew who she was until many years later, reading Butler's Lives of the Saints, I found out who she was. She was born in Italy. She wanted to be a nun, but her parents had forced her to marry a cruel and ill-tempered man. He was murdered. After his death, 18 years later, she sought to enter a convent, but was refused because she had been married. Later, however, the Augustinians admitted her to their convent in Cascia, and she lived there for 40 years. She was known as a mystic. She counseled lay visitors, cared for the poor and the sick, and she's also known as the patron of desperate causes. I tell the story because it relates well to the scriptures we heard today from the Acts of the Apostles and John's Gospel. Paul and Barnabas had set out on their missionary journey, and they were making many converts to Christianity, but they met opposition from the Jewish Christians who rejected uncircumcised Gentile Christians. This was causing a serious division among the early Christians. The matter was brought to the leaders of the church in Jerusalem, who ruled that circumcision, according to the Mosaic law, was not a prerequisite for acceptance into Christianity. This was a groundbreaking decision. A healthy dialogue was a means for the different groups to embrace the faith and to discover a deeper faith. St. Rita initially was rejected by one group because she had been married. The Holy Spirit prevailed in her life and enabled Rita to overcome differences she had with some and to discover the common richness of our faith. Rita was a branch that sprouted from the vine, Jesus Christ. Initially, she was thought to be a bruised branch, but it only momentarily concealed the beauty that would eventually emerge. Those of us living in this part of the world where spring has sprung, we are witnessing the transformation happening in trees and branches and vines that were naked but now are in full bloom. And like Rita, there will be times in our lives when we will experience rejection, hurt, misunderstanding. But it'll be during those times when our branch is being pruned so that the richness of who we are can come forth. St. Rita was a woman of tremendous reverence and devotion with a fervent love of God, but a woman whose life was also a series of tribulations. Our holiness will not be measured by how easy or successful our lives are, but how we respond to the trials we endure. Prayer will help us remain in Him so that He can remain in us. Family prayer will help unite members one with the other and for each to remain in one another.